So today we're going to be watching the first couple episodes from Malaysia. So we are going to jump in, and I kind of want to recap a little bit too for people who maybe don't know what's going on. We went on this trip around the world in 2009, 2010, and we made a bunch of videos about it. It was our first video series, basically, that just coincidentally ended up being that. So we are going back now for the first time ever together and rewatching them, and just seeing what our memories are like and what it's like to watch us from back in the daisies.
Mm-hmm. So, the good, the bad, the embarrassing.
Yeah, and some of it's embarrassing. What you said, Marvin Biscuits, man, that was kind of embarrassing.
Marvin Biscuits.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. But I know that's not going to be the last moment where things are embarrassing in this series. So.
Is there a specific moment that you think of?
No, I honestly don't know, but I do know more are coming. So anyways, we have done Costa Rica, which was only one video, and then we had 3 months that we were in Thailand, and we've gone through all those videos when we were in 3 months in Thailand, and then we headed south into Malaysia, and from here we'll pick up with a map so I can show people who might not be familiar with the region where we went.
Oh, that's the okay in the middle there.
Okay.
Where I got. Oh, dang it! I feel so disappointed in myself.
Okay. So and then the thing is smaller, so I got to come over here like this. Man, it's really green up in here. Blink 182. We're talking about Blink 182. What's going on?
The drummer is apparently very funny.
He's a funny guy. Oh, they're talking about how expensive the tickets and stuff are. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I got to go over here and Malaysia, right? I do it?
You've done it.
Woo! It's like the hardest word in the world to spell. Okay, so we are in this region. That should be zoomed out enough for people to have a good idea of what part of the universe we were in.
You're over there in the South China Sea. That's dangerous business.
A bit. So we talked about the last time, I think, was the Phuket video. No, Phuket? Was that? I don't know. It was one of the last ones. So we basically went to Phuket, and then we came down and did some islands.
You did a zoom out and then a too far zoom in.
Oh,
you need to do this in stages.
It's really, really hard. I need to bring my mouse
this is
down
a fine
here.
stage because people need to see what Thailand is.
Yeah, so Thailand is...
Yeah.
is this thing up here, and we had gone all around here, and then we came down here, and the intention was to go south into the Malaysian area, and then can I zoom in now to Phuket, like into the
everybody absorb the map.
It's really hard to zoom. I think Safari is garbage for this.
Why don't you bring a mouse?
Yeah, it doesn't act how it feels like it should. So we went to the Phuket area, and then we went to some islands. I got really sick, and we went into Krabi. And then we made our way south. And honestly, there was a time where I think we were in this little town for one night. And we didn't film anything, and I have no photos. But we went someplace that we had to wait for a night. We slept there. I remember going to a shopping mall. And I remember them having to check under the car for bombs. Like I was seeing them check under taxi cabs and stuff for bombs.
I think that was the first time that it occurred to me that not everywhere in the world is safe. And
you're from America, bro. That shit dangerous.
Well, maybe that's stupid and kind of a now that I think about it, like I knew there were unsafe places. I don't know how to explain.
It became real in your face, maybe.
It became a realization because as we watched that, we talked about a bombing that happened at a hotel. And I realized that tourism isn't necessarily a safe thing.
Oh, and you were out doing
people might target tourists or hotels and such. And I hadn't thought about something like that.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't thought of myself as a target for anything until seeing that happen. But I mean, they were checking for bombs in cars I wasn't in.
But yeah, it wasn't scary, but I do remember having a similar feeling like, ooh. And this kind of set the tone for... We were in Thailand for 3 months and we were really comfortable with it. I remember this being like, we can roll here. We know how things work. We're really naive. We've really only been there for 3 months. But as tourists in our tourist world, I felt like we kind of had a groove down. You know what I mean? We knew the rhythm. We knew what to expect.
I remember you saying to me, you know, I feel like we're starting all over again.
Going into Malaysia.
We got here and we got comfortable and we're doing this and we kind of understand this ground, and now I feel like I'm jumping off the cliff again.
Yeah.
Or something to that regard.
I also knew that we were going to be changing cultures dramatically because we were going to be going from a predominantly Buddhist country and into a predominantly Islamic country. And as an American, I wasn't like, ooh, people, Muslim are scary. That's not what I thought. I just felt like this is something that I know nothing. I know nothing about this. I
really felt I knew nothing about it either. I had no idea what to expect.
And like where we grew up and stuff, there was no community of like people from like the Muslim faith or anything. There were no mosques in our town or anything. It just wasn't in our world. So I remember being like, this is like seriously going into the unknown in a way. And I had friends from Thailand. So because I knew Potty, I felt like, okay, I know people that are kind of from that area, and I knew Art, and he's from Laos, and it's not the same country, but it's a similar
what's the religion
vibe. Buddhist
as well. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh yeah, stupas and whatnot. So I wonder what I would have if somebody had asked me like, what do you think a Muslim country is going to be like when you go there? I wonder what I would have said then. Yeah,
I mean, I had images in my head, but I had images of like Middle Eastern countries more than I did of like Malaysia. So we were really going into a world that we knew nothing about, and I remember being just uneasy about how unknown it was. And it's funny because now, after having done that whole trip, when we go into places that are unknown, I'm excited. I don't get nervous. This was one of the first times that we did that though, and I was a little like, okay, is this gonna be good? It wore off as time passed. But this one time was a little bit I just remember what that feeling was. I'm gonna check back in the chat here and see. I saw some questions in here. Grebo says, when you were traveling, at what point did you guys think about the possibility of living outside the US? That really was never a thing specifically. We never talked about it or anything that I recall when we were traveling. It was just like...
Hold on, I haven't processed the question.
Katie reads slow.
Oh, you should see me in class. It's fucking embarrassing, and now I've stopped mid-sentence. Okay, what's your answer?
My answer is that we never really talked about living. Maybe we should read the whole question. When you were traveling, at what time did you think about the possibility of living outside the U.S., or was that the idea before you left? It definitely wasn't the idea before we left. But we didn't have any roots hooked in where we were. We didn't have a house. We didn't have cars. We didn't have anything like that. So the possibility was there, but it wasn't something we discussed. I don't think it ever even really came up.
I think it came up near the end.
Maybe after we met the Brits in Korea.
Trip.
Because we saw them doing it, and it's possible we might have talked about it at that time. Like,
I think that we just talked about it in judging what their lives were. I didn't at that time think about it being something that I could apply to myself. I don't feel like I started thinking about that in a realistic way. Maybe we did have talks about possibility, but in a realistic way, I don't think I started absorbing that until...
after we went back to America?
Not to America, but maybe a few countries before that, like towards the end of the trip. And then definitely once we got to America, it really hit like, where are you going?
Yeah, but it was never the agenda, like when we were traveling anyways.
Just an update on this poll. I think I have to answer no. I mean...
Why the E-sheet is important? I honestly, you want to know what my answer is? Yeah.
Wait, we don't have mics on. Okay. Tell me again.
I don't know either. I just assumed that it because it's
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so the answer's yes now.
The poll. Okay. They can hear everything. We're doomed. We're going to Malaysia in April, May next year to see if we want to spend our winters there. Yeah.
Dude, I would spend winters there.
Yeah, it's cool there.
Yeah, if somebody told me I could have a little nook over, I might even spend like hotter weather there. I don't care. I have like a little chunk. I was looking up the Petronas Towers recently to show them to TJ. He knows what they are, but we were looking at some architecture that I thought was the same, like the fingernail in Shinjuku
Oh, yeah.
and the gherkin in London, and I started thinking to myself, do they look like an egg? Because I know they go up
they
and
don't.
but they're really
look
like star-like
Yeah.
and jaggedy. So yeah, I was looking that up, and Malaysia's got something of interest for me right now.
So my remembrance of this is that we stayed in this area, and then I think we took a train.
Yes,
to
a
cross the
train
border.
was involved. I remember being at a train station, kind of waiting.
Yeah, which I am surprised by. I'm surprised it's not a bus, but I do remember, I kind of vaguely remember crossing the border, and then we ended up, the very first place we went was this place called Alor Star, but I don't see it.
I think that we went on a train. I don't know why I think this.
It's somewhere up
we
here.
went on a train and we got to the last stop in Thailand, and either we had to switch trains or the train was going to sit there for a really long time. And I remember just walking around the platform waiting.
So it's actually Alor Setar. I think they changed the name of the city at some point from Alor Star to Alor Setar. But I don't know when that happened. I think I just remember being confused about it at one point. So anyways, that's what we're going to do in this first video. We're going to end up starting in this area, but I don't think we filmed any of this crossing the border stuff or anything. So that gets us up to speed, and we can then jump in. I got to click on the right computer. And going to need my headphones, and we're going to need, you already
The weather. Currently clear with periodic clouds, 27 degrees, 7 p.m.
Somebody else has had the e-sheep in their life. E-sheep is great. Oh boy. Look at the screen over here.
Oh, yeah. Bring it, big boy.
All right.
People loved the clip. The clip was irritating. Hold on. The clip was just irritating. He wanted to talk to you about things. Everyone deactivated the clip.
Not everybody.
What are you guys talking
Heather's
about?
over there with that clippy tattoo. Okay, guys. Are we good? Where's the remote? Because if it's super loud in our ears, I'd need to be able to push a button. Okay. Did you guys have audio right there? Yep.
Yes, good.
Sweet. Okay, we're good to go. Let's get going. This is the first video from Malaysia.
$90, 3 hours, a great train ride, 2 passport stamps. Welcome to Malaysia. Yeah, I remember the lighting on things like Christmas lights
That was
and such.
that was like the first time we saw a mosque too, and I remember it as being kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like the architecture is just so different than what we had. Hello. So that it confirms, yeah, we took a bus or a train.
All right, this is our first real Malaysian meal. We came to this place over here where you see this huge line of people getting a buffet-style meal. You get rice, then you can choose whatever you want to go with it. I chose boiled egg, fried chicken, and he said cuttlefish, but I remember this being a scary incident.
The meal?
Yeah, I remember seeing the people outside, and I remembered thinking, God, that must be good. Dear Lord, it must be good if so many people are standing here waiting for it. So I was like emotionally hyped about it, but the serving style was kind of buffet style, like pre-cooked in troughs, and that was terrifying.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, and that's kind of common there.
Yeah. And we'd already been sick in Thailand.
I had recently been sick too.
I had started thinking like maybe it just happens in every country.
Yeah, and a leaf plate. Yeah, I think it's actually a leaf too.
I haven't tried. I said trough.
She means it's like a buffet, like you go and like, get stuff out of there. Can you find
it's
Malaysian?
like one of those like metal trays that's long.
Malaysian food in Tokyo? Yeah, it's not super common, but you can get it. Yeah.
We'll find out soon. Eric got 2 types of chicken.
Yeah, that shit looks good.
Yes.
And
boiled egg as well. They threw a whole bunch of spices onto the rice, which I'm assuming is curries of some sort, but who knows. Got a soda. Eric got kind of a water, and
What's that mean?
I don't know. That means you're gonna be at the toilet soon.
I have a toilet story about this this place. Don't let me forget.
This place?
Yeah,
the restaurant?
In Alor Setar. No.
Oh, okay. 16 ringgit was our total, which we figure is a little over $5. So it's a little more expensive in Malaysia, but not by a whole lot.
Our guidebook indicates that this is one of the biggest mosques in Malaysia. It's definitely very cool looking. It was lit up really awesome last night.
Yeah, and I got a video of that.
Yeah, you've probably already seen that, because the way I will edit this, I will put that first. And we just got done talking to a guy who studied in Ohio, and he chatted with us for a bit. Oh, yeah.
Did we go eat with him?
Yeah, we did. We had to this older guy just stopped us and was like, hello, like, I speak English. Can we go have coffee together? And what was his name? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. That? Yeah.
You figured out Deb. I don't freaking understand how you did that.
Oh, gosh. What was this guy's name? Yeah, but it was just like one of those times where like a local person is just like talking to tourists. And I don't remember exactly the whole conversation, but I remember him being really smart. Like, really, like, was he a professor or something? I very
much remember being enthralled in what he was telling us about, because it was just a topic. It's kind of like talking to you about the news, or talking to anybody who has a well-rounded knowledge of something that you don't have.
Like talking to this dinosaur about cupcakes?
Yes. Like, where you can just sit for a moment, let them talk a little bit. And I also, if I remember correctly, I felt comfortable with this person to the point that I was able to ask my dumb questions, which I think my dumb questions are okay. Like, I really feel like it progresses conversation.
That's how you learn, dude.
In a direction that is tangible for me, and it connects, like, I felt comfortable with that person, even though, like, we hadn't talked for very long.
Mm-hmm. All those dings we're getting from my Discord in our headphones.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can hear that. They can probably, I don't know. Yeah, they probably can hear it. I'm going to close this. It's just Jesse messaging us.
What's Jesse messaging us?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's binging a whole bunch of others. You don't hear the dings? That's good. All right. About different museums and things to go see in this town. Alor Star. And yeah, see, we called it Alor Star. But I think it's Setar. I think they changed the name either right around the time we were there or something. I remember being confusing. One of the important things about the world here is that you got to walk where you watch, or watch where you walk. Otherwise, you could end up in the sewer. And Katie's going in.
That's like the worst.
And even when it's...
Don't zoom in. I don't even want to look at that. Why are you zooming in on it?
If they can't smell it, they get to see it up close. All right. This is waterproof. We could dip the camera in.
No. All right, that's enough. Is it funk proof?
The last thing that I wanted to point out is this is something you would never see in Thailand. The road here is pretty cool looking. They've like laid brick in instead of just using standard asphalt.
Feels very colonial.
It's just a nice touch that... No, to me that feels really Islamic. Like, think about Islamic art and stuff.
Tile.
Like they never like, there's no imagery of like people in Islamic art or anything. It's always like designs and shapes and geometrical things and stuff like that. That, to me, that road, and that reminds me of things that we saw when we were in the Middle East too. Mosaic, yeah. Is noticeable after being on Thailand's roads, which aren't horrible but aren't classy. Yeah. And one last thing.
My face seems to have cleared up in the video.
From what did you have? What was it?
I don't know. Like, I had to, like,
clear up?
My face was really fucked up in Thailand.
The clock tower.
Flat out. All of Thailand's clock towers are digital. From the past.
In our guest house in Alor Star, and Katie is playing with the television. The remote is broken, so she has to stand up This is probably the smallest TV I've ever seen.
I remember this hotel. Like, I remember the staff being... I remember
like, some old
interaction with the staff.
Yeah.
And I can't gauge whether it was positive or negative.
I just remember it being like, I don't know. I felt like it was a little like...
And I remember
uncomfortable
communicating with them about food for some reason and realizing that something about food couldn't happen. I don't know. Like, if they're... I don't know.
And for some reason, it's got a game built into it.
Shit!
And she has just completely boned it. You have to start over on level 2. There's actually 2 games. One's called, what was this, Boxman? Another one's Greedy Snake. Yo, this looks dope.
This looks dope.
We need to get
And
this.
the fact you got to stand over on the other side of the room is amazing.
Is anybody on Twitch streaming Boxman on the Malaysian television? Greedy Snake yet.
Only I would find some shit like this. What was I doing?
We need some snakes in the chat for the Greedy Snake.
Greedy Snake.
But this seems to have her stumped. It's a lot like Chip's Challenge, if you ever played that on the PC, like back in the day. Also a banger. Oh, I could stream Chip's Challenge.
Ooh, that would be fun.
So I got some candy. I think it's candy. And Katie is going to go ahead and try some. We have no idea what this is, but it's pink. Like mochi or something, maybe? See, to me now, I look at that and like, yeah, that's not that strange. But like at the time, I don't know if we'd ever encountered anything like quite like that in our lives.
I think that looks unique, not strange now.
Just looking at it does not have any sweetness to it.
It's important information.
It's like a cookie.
So many snack.
Oh, that's a snake.
I was biting my nails.
Your reaction?
It's got coconut in it.
I didn't like coconut. I've grown into it.
Doesn't really have any sweetness. It's got a little bit of sweetness. It's not bad. It's kind of a filling treat as opposed to a really sugary treat.
Okay. And then we have
I'm so
another
tan.
sweet.
Oh God, I remember this. Oh God. It seems as though we went out
harass
separately.
you with this.
Yeah, I think you did. It seems as though we went out separately.
Yeah.
And you brought these things back with you.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. To watch the consistency of this.
It's like a sea slug.
And then it returns. It returns to its original shape. And Katie's gonna try a piece of this now.
Good job, Heather, on the dishes. Powered through.
I already had some.
Still like that name so much.
You gotta get the original reaction. Alright, you get this little tiny niblet.
It's okay.
Oh,
Am I getting more?
I'm not complaining, you did. What was it
Dude, I
called?
look so young.
Dole something?
No idea.
Where did my little piece of paper go? Oh well. The name. It's some sort of durian shit? This will be lost with history forever because I don't know where my.
I guess, I don't know.
And I can't find it now. So that's it. Each was $1, basically, for each bag if anybody's keeping track and wants to come and get some of this stuff.
This really feels like hanging out with your friend on the fucking bed while you're traveling. Because they're just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, you see, you brought some snacks. All right, well, let's try them. And you can just tell my mood.
That's what our old video. Yeah, your mood was. I'm gonna bet you that I went out by myself because you were in a bad mood.
Or I'm just exhausted.
Yeah, you might have been
whatever.
tired. I don't know, but
I don't remember a bad mood about that one.
Two things that happened in Alor Star that we didn't really get on video. One, this retired English teacher that lived in the area. He was Malaysian, but
say his name. Please say his name.
Studied in the States in the 80s and had taught English here at the local university and was now retired. He came up to us at one point
He just started chatting with us and then invited us to have a drink with him. And we had, some coffee and some iced tea drink type things with him. And then went and he took us and showed us a place to have some food. And we talked to him for probably 2 or 3 hours. His name was Shafi.
Shafi. That's right. Yes. I knew it. I was so happy. It was so stuck in my head. I knew it was in there, but I couldn't find it. I seriously thought it was Raffi.
Shafi's a really cool name.
That's not bad.
I did that wrong. I'm going to feel really bad, but he's
well, we don't know.
cool to get some insight into some local personalities. He really has got wide, very extensive knowledge of American movies. Most of the older
That's right.
American movies, things that we really didn't know a whole lot about, but he definitely wanted to chat about them. And was unbelievably disgusted at James Dean's behavior because he said he has got 2 books on James Dean, and both books indicate that James Dean would go into some
And put his shoes up on the table. That's what I'm about to say. I remember this conversation.
And that's like Rick James. So Jameses seem to be badass, bad boys. Can't trust a James.
Somebody's house that he had just met and put his boots up on their table, like in the living room or whatever, the coffee table. And this guy looked like I've never seen anybody more disgusted with any act ever than this guy's explanation of James Dean and his dirty boots. The other thing that we did while we were in Alor Star is they have like something that kind of looks like a space needle. I'll actually just put a picture of it here, and you can go up into the top area of it like you can in the Space Needle. There's an observation deck, and
thanks for the arrow.
There and did that as well.
Never would have found it without it.
Were the 2 things
I liked the arrow.
that I wanted to share that we didn't get a chance to put on video. And don't ask why we didn't put the observation deck on video, but sometimes we just forget.
Did we go up into that?
Yeah, I think we did.
I don't remember it. All right, so that's the end of that video. Okay, so we have a couple more videos. We're not going to just end there tonight. We have more. But I wanted to tell you that the toilet in that guest house that we were staying in that we didn't really show much of is the only time in my life I've
used a squatter.
I've had to use a squatter. Yeah, they only had squatters there, and it's the only time I've ever actually had to use one. You know why? Because I'm a boy.
And also because you couldn't walk down the street and find you a toilet that you could actually just poop in.
Yeah.
Some other area.
So yeah, that was the only time, and I've been in Asia.
How many poops did you take? Was it more than one squatter experience?
I mean, I'm a daily pooper, so I'm assuming it was however many days we were there.
So it really was so unappealing, the pooping on a squatter? Was it noticeably less enjoyable?
I remember being surprised how it wasn't really that bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that place was clean, I recall. Like, at least the toilet area. It wasn't, like, disgusting. Maybe I had to use a squatter that one time I got sick in the Philippines, and the bus pulled over.
Yeah.
That might have been,
that
might not have even been a
me.
squatter. That might have just been a bucket or a hole in the ground. That was really bad.
Did you squat around said bucket?
It was really bad. I don't remember. I thought I was going to die. You gone through all of Asia and you've not had to use... Well, I had to use it once.
Possibly twice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to almost every country in East Asia. And
I've used a squatter in this month.
Yeah, but you have to use them to pee. Like, I've been in...
Just going to start using the urinal.
I just started using the urinal.
I did it once. It was successful.
You peed in a urinal?
Yeah.
As an adult?
Yeah.
Like in Japan?
Yeah. I like that you're going to narrow it down to the time.
Who were you drunk with when this happened?
Several people. One person was there.
Have you ever told me?
What?
Have you ever told me this? I think you didn't tell me this.
There were ice cubes in the urinal. It was fun to pee on ice.
Were you were at a park or something like that?
No, it was at a karaoke bar.
So you went into a bathroom with a dude and peed in a urinal in front of him?
No, it was me and a female.
Who?
It's okay, Selena.
Oh, okay. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just had Selena guard the door because we were obviously in the guys' room, and I was like, I
Why
don't
didn't
want
you
the
go in
guys
the
to
girls'
come
room?
because I wanted to try and pee on a urinal. You can't do that in the girls' room. I don't know. The conversation had started.
Did you have
and I was
spare
like,
pants or anything? Because like that seemed like a situation where you could end up with a mess.
No, I did not.
Like you went into the unknown.
I had confidence.
Jeez. This is gonna be shit Katie gets up to.
It is, yeah.
Some serious Katie shit. Okay.
You need to back up to it. Just like
Yeah, I assume, but I would have worried about falling
I
in
think
and
some
ending up with
people
an ice
didn't
cube in your
assume.
butt crack. Okay, so
Mangala understands and has used the appropriate emoji.
So the next place that we went from Alor Star, as we were calling it, or Alor Setar, as it seems to be known now, and we went to this island of Langkawi. And I have really good memories of this place. I remember the hotel being kind of a pain in the ass. I remember this is where we lost your DS. Yeah, it stings. Yeah, it stings a little bit, doesn't it?
Hold on, let's have a moment of just remembrance for Pepe.
Yeah, she had
Gosh,
it.
because we're like four
4 months.
4 months into this,
Yeah.
and I was really, really attached to that device. Like how you watch King of the Hill and go to bed,
Yeah,
the
you were
attachment that
playing-
you have with that. Like I had that device for like at least a year
Yeah.
in America before we went on this trip, and I remembered just being in the train and going, "That's it," and
When you lost it?
digesting the acceptance
I think we were
that
on
you
a
couldn't
boat.
change
Yeah.
it. There was nothing you could do. I think
She lost a Nintendo DS, like the original
so I
DS
used
Lite.
to play on it. Like I would play Picross to fall asleep, and it really worked well. And I would play,
That shit's
and
boring.
I managed to leave it on the bed under the pillow, and we left.
We didn't realize it until we were on the boat, and I think you went to play it on the boat,
Yep,
and you didn't have it.
about to fall asleep just thinking about it.
Anyway, but I have other than that, I have really fond memories of this little island. I would like to go back here and explore it again. Just like it's another one of those places where I would be willing to go back to because I like these little islands. And like we talked about this in other instances, but islands are good in a case because it gives you like a confined area to explore. And when you're not on an island, it's just like you could go anywhere. But when you're on an island and you stay there for like 4 or 5 days, it's like you get into all the little corners and stuff, and you learn all the cool little things, and you find all the little waterfalls and all that kind of stuff. So like this was one of the first times that we were islanding with a motorbike. We did it on Koh Tao, and then we had a good time with that motorbike there, and then we came here. And this place is dramatically more.
Some of us had a good time. Others of us were
Lost their
walking
DS.
up hills.
Oh, in Koh Tao?
Yeah.
Well, here you didn't have to deal with that. I don't recall that happening.
I still had a good time.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that.
it's just really, it's sort of magical. There's something about being on little like confined areas.
I thought you were going to say like being on a motorbike, but yes,
That as well.
yes, having a smaller area to digest has so much
Value to me.
value, and it lets you slow down and really enjoy the things that you get to see. But I also, on the motorcycle front, remember us saying like it doesn't feel like an adventure until we're on 2 wheels. Or maybe I said that, I don't know. But yeah, so
This was all. I don't know if I'll talk about this, but I got.
sorry.
I remember this is the only time we ever had a police officer that I can recall right now ask us about anything official. A cop asked me for my license one time. You weren't on the bike though. I don't know why. But I'm pretty sure I was
a cop
here.
coming up
And
in
maybe-
Croatia.
Maybe you. Oh, yeah. I meant on this trip. You're right. That did happen in Croatia where he thought I had drugs.
Nobody ever talks to me.
Yeah, but a cop did ask me for my license
How
here.
plain am I? Am I really plain? I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, man, you are really plain. Dude. No problems ever. No one wants to like worry about you.
No, you are not a threat.
I am apparently not a threat.
Okay. So, yeah. So the next video is going to be from this island. Let's do it. It always starts down here. I want to start up there.
We're currently at Telaga Tuja, which is
Okay, so we didn't mention this. Do you remember the time zone situation? Hold on. Let me figure out some dates. Okay, so...
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we arrived in Alor Satar on December 9th. Okay? And we left Alor Satar on the 12th. So we were there on the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Okay, we were 4 days in, and we bought tickets to take the boat from Alor Setar to go to this island. Okay, and
we bought tickets.
We bought the tickets, and they had a time for the boat, and then we went and we did whatever, and then we came back for the boat, and we gave the people the tickets, and there was a lot of confusion.
They didn't know what to do with us, but we didn't understand what the problem was.
And it didn't seem like anybody there spoke enough English to explain to us what was going on. And we're like, okay, what's going on? Like there was somebody in our seats or something. And
we bought tickets.
It got arranged somehow. They gave us another seat. They said, just sit here. We went on the boat and we were done. And at some point along the way, it could have been days after this.
I think it happened
on
during
the boat, maybe?
Either on the boat or I'd say on the boat, because I don't think we figured it out before we got on the boat.
Apparently, there's a time zone change when you go from Thailand directly south into Malaysia. And we didn't know this. And we were on day 5. And we'd been in the wrong hour the entire time. So we were at the boat at the wrong time. But I guess one goes every hour, so it made sense. Okay, there's a boat. Get on the boat, blah, blah, blah.
And then it really could have fucked us if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, no, I don't remember which direction it was. I think we might have been early. I don't know if we were early or late. I can't remember. But it was really funny because we were just we would be complete idiots. And this was like before smartphones. So like we didn't have just a phone like update when you change time zones. It didn't just know to do that.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing.
The DS didn't know what time it was or whatever.
Pepe's
you had that. You had that watch.
About
That's
to be
what we
lost.
used. I didn't have a clock.
Clarkson.
How did I traveled without
Clarkson.
a clock? Clarkson. Yeah.
Clarkson.
I didn't have a clock. Anyways, so yeah, that was really funny. But I mean, why would a time zone change going south? The logic didn't occur to me. And like we didn't fly, so there was no times on things and stuff. Anyway. So anyways, yeah. And then I guess we arrived, and I don't remember how we got to where we stayed or anything. I don't remember any of that. But at this point, I think we have a motorbike. We just skipped so much stuff on this trip when we filmed.
There's a 7 Wells waterfall through the little streams here. They say you're supposed to be able to slide. We haven't seen anyone doing it, but if somebody does it, we're gonna...
Katie, there were clock towers. We talked about a clock tower.
end up doing it because
That's freaking hilarious. Way to call us out.
it's freaking hot out here, and sliding sounds really, really awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, I started going really fast so that I dip into the water, or going as fast as you can.
Eric just decided as well, but it looks entirely too dainty to share.
Alright, so we're still at...
I hope you're going to talk about what I think you're going to talk about. Do you remember?
My phrase would be culture clash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alaga Tuja, and we've been sliding down the rocks, and it is
My eyebrows look amazing.
got here. Since it's an Islamic country, I didn't really know to what level am I allowed to get undressed. I ended up asking a guy if I could take off my shorts, like he had seen other women here, and he kind of said I don't think it's going to be a problem. So
You get to hang out with these freckles?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Wow, look, I don't get freckles very much anymore because it seems like I didn't get the melasma that I had. Like melasma is basically like where your freckling makes a mustache, and I am not deathly afraid of it now. Like I really don't want it to happen again because it felt so embarrassing. But like, wow,
yeah,
that's fun.
Freckles are great.
got into my bathing suit and went around for a little while, but to slide down these rocks, it's a good idea to put some shorts on unless you want like scars on your butt cheeks. But there's a family here where the mom is like scantily clad. Like I wear a modest bathing suit, and this lady, like, her nipples are gonna fall out, and they're allowing their 11-year-old daughter that we're guessing she's 11, she's definitely hit puberty, she's hanging with her tits out. And it's really, really odd because, I mean, I asked somebody if I could take my shorts off, And this this little girl's just like bam. So it's a little odd.
Definitely too old.
She's too old. Where we were sliding turns into.
So I don't think we talked about the whole thing then.
That's true. There was definitely.
Let's see if we talk about it, and then if not, we'll talk about it.
A good
There's more to that story.
number of feet down the way. So that's why they had danger signs, because you don't want to slide into this. That would be bad. It comes down to a big pool where
Oh wow.
you can swim, and then it just kind of fizzles out.
The shirt that I have on is like a comfortable blanket. What do you call that?
Oh, like a banky?
Not banky, but like
Security
a
blanket.
security blanket. Yeah,
Linus.
I loved going swimming and then putting that on.
It's absolutely amazing. So we've driven to the top of a mountain.
Okay, so I'm going to say that we didn't talk about
we
what
did.
happened. Okay, so we mentioned this European family, and again, this girl was not wearing a shirt, and she was developed.
She wasn't wearing a bathing suit.
Yeah,
top.
nothing. She had nothing. She
Not
was-
even just wearing underwear is
Yeah.
what this kid was wearing.
And she was like, I mean, I'm not.
I want to interject one thing.
Puberty had begun. Let's put it that way.
Puberty might have begun, or I've started to realize that chubby children have breasts. So this,
don't remember her
this
being
child,
chubby.
I kind of remember her being a little chubby.
Regardless, you're in an Islamic country.
There were well-formed boobs, like to the
Yeah.
point that, like, I would say I had more boobs then, so I probably wouldn't have thought, oh, but that little girl's boobs are probably the size of my boobs now.
Anyways, without getting too deep about the discussions
Got
about
real deep.
the child, the thing that happened also, and I don't know why we didn't mention this. Maybe we just didn't think about it. Yeah, they were foreigners. Yeah, they were European. They were European of
Yes.
something. I remember them speaking a European language. But there was a group of I don't know if local to the island, but like probably Malaysian people, like a family. It was like
They could have been tourists,
Yeah,
but they could have also been
but
locals.
they looked more local than we did.
It was a father with two sons.
No, I don't think he had like 4 or 5 sons. He had a
They
whole
could
bunch
have
of
had
boys
more.
with him.
I do
So
just
it was
remember
like a group of boys that were like, I remember a group of boys from like age like 6 to maybe a teenager aged, and then a father. And I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember the father blatantly using a camera to just take pictures of this other girl that was like topless or whatever, and like just like zooming in and taking photos.
I thought it
and
was
stuff.
a video camera.
Oh, it
or
was. You're
something.
right. It was a video camera. Yes, it was. Like, it was just like really 2 situations that should not have been happening. Like,
Yeah,
first off,
it
that
was
kid
so
should have not been not
uncomfortable.
wearing their clothes in this country. And second off, you shouldn't videotape naked children. Like, that's not okay either. So yeah, that was a whole thing. And we're just like on the side, sort of kind of like observing this out of the corner of our eyes, just like, oh my God, what is going on? This is not okay. Like, we are not the authority here.
The camera shouldn't have been out, but also the body parts shouldn't have been out either.
Yeah, the parents of that child should have been like, yo, like been aware. Like, we are in a country where the cultures are different and stuff. You can't do as you do at home all the time. But anyways, we were just observers of the whole weird situation.
Yes, it was weird and uncomfortable.
New girl from France came to swim class topless, and that was weird, but no one did anything. Yeah.
What age are we to? Oh, primary school. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you're from. And I mean, if she had been like, 6, I would not have thought anything at all. Like, I wouldn't have even crossed my mind. I might have been like, okay, kind of like a little like unusual for here, but it wouldn't have been. But yeah, it was weird. It was a weird situation.
And go long Rhea. And we're about 880 meters in the air. And we're in this resort that we've managed to somehow get into. And we're trying to get to the top of this tower here. Kind of looks like a prison. You can't see it through the trees very well, but here are the stairs. Some Asian man told us to come in here and they didn't stop us. So
It don't seem like I'm slow botting well enough. I think I remember the time slow bot happened.
we're authorized personnel.
Yeah, look at you just
look at my-
jauntily running up the stairs, and I'm over here like dying.
Yeah, chonkers in the chat, please. This is a great outfit I've got going on here. It's really comfortable.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, it was comfortable.
I
You
wish
hated
that
those shorts.
yeah, I want those shorts to like
I think I
actually
still have
tie
them.
around your waist appropriately.
Always hanging root.
So this is the views that we've had up here so far.
Oh, cool.
How is it that we're getting into this tower and nobody's stopping us?
Oh my gosh.
We live in the clouds.
It's just a fancy door. It's just an open door
Yeah, we
with
have,
an elevator.
Almost positive this elevator is going to be like intruder alert. Intruder alert.
The funny thing about this elevator is that while we were pushing that button, there's actually a guy stuck in the elevator, and we were unaware of this until much later when we had finished exploring this tower, gone back down to the parking lot.
There's a guy stuck in there.
That had the daughter that was inappropriately addressed at the water slide thing earlier in the day was there, and it was their taxi driver who'd gone up in this elevator, and something happened with the elevator. It got stuck. When we came back down in the tower, we saw them working on the elevator, like pulling on it, and then that guy came running out. When I was down, waiting for Katie to use the restroom, he comes out and he's like, "I've been stuck in this elevator for 45 minutes."
To the stair.
Wow, what great editing! So
I don't remember that. It
suspenseful.
sounds like I filmed that on an airplane or something too.
Oh yeah,
the voice.
little strange.
Yeah. Whoa, that was weird.
That was cool.
Yep.
Little did you know.
Little did you know.
Little did I know.
I haven't seen this episode.
We've infiltrated their tower. That's ridiculous. So, we're currently staying on an island called Langkawi. It's really big, and it's pretty amazing to be in a place where you can see all the edges of it. Riding up here, we came along this road.
Yeah, I want to go on islands that you can go to a point and see all the edges. That's the best island, but not an island where the edges are like really close. It's gotta have a little bit of girth.
Right here.
Girthith?
Girth.
Around somewhere down here, a little squiggly. And then up this little road, and then up that little road. All the way to there is our steed. We parked in the non-motorcycle parking area. And when we got off our...
What are you giggling at?
I'm laughing because of where we parked, but I like this shot because I like seeing whatever we've left behind from afar.
Like some little kid was over here in the motorbike parking going, "Motorbike parking." He called us out. We decided to just be like, fuck it.
This is the tower that we just climbed up into. And like Katie said, it really does just look like a jail. It's like a watchtower or something. It's really
It's weird.
strange.
So something that you can tell by the way that this video is edited, I didn't understand what the concept of B-roll was. Think about all these videos. There's never any B-roll. I didn't get it. Like I just had to shoot it and then stitch it together.
I kind of remember one day you started using this term, and you started using this term in Japan.
In Japan.
Almost even
after I met Andrew.
Yes.
I got it from
Yes.
Andrew. I didn't know what
Yes.
I was
doing.
I was doing it, but I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, you started using that phrase, and I was like, "That's not gonna stick. I don't know
That's
what we're
what it's
talking
called.
about here." Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't believe that. I was over here going, "Nah, that's just words."
So I didn't get that until like 2015, 2016, somewhere in that time period. That's when I would have met Andrew. Anyway, yeah. So you can just tell. Like now, I look at this and I'm like, why didn't I just shoot the video of the tower and then put it in when you were talking about it earlier to make it understand? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. I look at this now and I'm just like, it's just so primitive, but I like it. Love the lack of B-roll. Yeah, yes and no. I think sometimes the B-roll really helps actually the viewer understand the story a little bit more. Like when Katie was like, it just looks like a tower and all you're looking at is trees. You could just be more, you could convey that information more efficiently, I believe. So, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about at some point taking that old camera and filming a video with it again and editing it in the same style, trying to make a video the same way that we made these videos. could be kind of interesting.
I can help you with that because I haven't progressed
Maybe-
at all from this.
You know what I should do?
Is an E-sheep going to fall?
Do you know what I should do? We should film a video with that and make you edit it.
How about I just shoot it and not edit it?
No, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It would be the same as what you would do.
Gosh, I'm going to terrorize everyone who's come to know good quality.
I mean medium quality. I think an
Medium
E-sheep
quality.
is about to fall into the screen. Oh, I remember what this is. I know what we're doing.
I'm laying on a dead bird.
Yes.
Or you're laying on a dead bird.
Wow. We are currently hanging out at the Langkawi airport, and a jet just took off over us. Awesome.
I had a cold. Okay, so I need to explain. We were just like where they fence. Oh, the chipsters are here. The chipsters. So like wherever the fence is, where you can't go any closer to the runway, we went there, and it's nighttime, so we just decided we'd lay down and like Wayne's World it and just enjoy the planes coming. And when we got up, I think we turned on our flashlight to see if we had left anything and realized there was a dead bird.
Yeah, we were just sitting on it. It was cool though to sit underneath the airplanes. You have good access. The road goes right underneath of it or whatever.
Do you pay for travel
Hold on.
videos? What does that mean?
Somebody says I don't like overproduced travel videos, and I got some agrees. Would you consider our?
Hold on.
Would you consider our? Hold on, slow down. Would you consider our videos overproduced now? Because I consider I do
That's
not.
a
I
good
do not.
question.
I don't think so. I think that I still kind of straddle the line between having it be pretty raw, but having it be. I use the B-roll again to like help tell the story, not to like
Just let them answer the question.
be fancy
Don't
with
defend
it or whatever.
yourself.
I got to defend myself. People coming at me.
Do you pay for
I would love to watch a video battle. Who can shoot and edit the best 5-minute video using the old camera?
I guarantee you it's going to be him. Mine will be interesting, no doubt. I might get a star for interesting.
But I do know what you mean about overproduced videos, and I agree with you. I don't like them, but we're edging that way.
My mom used to tell me about dates that she would go on with my dad. And they didn't necessarily live super close to the airport, like one of the Richmond airports. But they would go, and she told me that they would sit and watch the planes go in and out from Richmond. And I kind of always had a romantic feeling about that.
About the
I
planes.
probably
I just like
explained this to you
Yeah.
at this time, but like, yeah.
I just liked the because of Wayne's World. So Katie is going to be excited about these chipsters
Yeah.
because
My brother's name is Chip.
her brother's name is Chip,
a
and she
weird
found the
name.
Marvin biscuits, and her dad's name is Marvin.
And I found the chipsters, and my Chip's name is Chip.
And then
What a weird
something
name.
for your
Why is that a name?
Chip.
That's a name?
Chip.
And it's my brother. I called him that for a really long time, and then I turned to like 36 and was like, that's a weird name.
Alright, so first we found the Marvin biscuit,
Yeah, you sound sick.
and now we found the chipsters. We chose the sour cream and onion option.
Another option was tomato
Tornado. Can you open it?
and like spicy barbecue or something.
Spicy barbecue.
Chipsters is a hard bag to crack.
Progress.
Chip is not his actual name, but it's what everybody calls him.
Yeah. But it's even weirder. It's even weirder than you think about like my dad. Where'd my dad get that from?
What, his nickname?
No.
Bubba?
Where did my dad and my mom decide that Chip was the thing they
You
were
don't
going
know
to
the
call
story?
him? No. Or
Your
I've been told
when
it
your
and I
mom was,
don't remember.
Your mom was pregnant with him, and she ate a lot of chocolate chip cookies. That's it. She was like craving chocolate chip cookies when she was pregnant with Chip.
What?
Yeah, that's where it came from. She told me.
Hold on. Let me message.
Why do I know this?
Why do you know this? I feel like I can't remember much. So it's very good that we do this. Okay, go ahead and press play.
Just ask straight up, why is Chip stupid?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's nice to have good chips in Asia.
Yeah, they are good. Winner. You ever been in a country for 4 whole days and then realize that your watch is wrong because everyone else lives on an hour earlier than you do?
He just turned the camera on and just started talking about this. Like, he just out of nowhere.
Earlier.
Oh, God, who knows?
So basically today we overheard a conversation where a man asked what time it was, and the guy said it was 12, and I looked at my watch and was like, 12? It's fucking 11. We lost an entire hour today. It's alright.
Quick, what day of the week is it?
Sunday.
Hey, very good.
I looked at my watch recently.
This is the filming magic Katie we're bringing to the video battle. I agree. I think it's fine. I like it. I like little things like this, but I kind of like it interspliced with other stuff as well. Like I kind of like
Yeah,
it. I like
a
it
mixture.
to be a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Like that's permanent.
But I have to go pee. But what I don't understand is that I got sick. I don't remember being sick.
Yeah, I mean, you sound like you have.
You know what? No,
serious case
I
of
think
the
that's
sniffles.
why I stayed in the room in
Oh,
Alor's
you're
car.
right. Yeah, I think you're right.
I wasn't grumpy. I didn't feel well.
Yeah, you were sick. All right, guys, we get Katie's going to the bathroom, so
Mike, so I can go.
it's time for us. Some serious us time. It's been a few years, but you did give Katie a camera for a solo trip, Kyoto. Oh yeah, but she didn't edit that. She took her phone and she shot it with her phone. That was it. But yeah, she carries the GoPro when we go out and film now, but she doesn't like use, I don't know. I think we film so much with the main camera, she doesn't think about it. She uses it every once in a while. But I agree. I think seeing a series, I'd like to see Katie make her own video series. That'd be interesting, but it's all about time too. She doesn't have time to do all like, well, maybe right now she would, but typically she doesn't have time to do all the back end editing and stuff. So, smart stall with just, people are saying, people are begging for the Katie, you need to start your own YouTube channel. It could be Katie without Eric.
Beware of what you ask for.
Yeah, so somebody's just smart. Start with something small, like a trip to 7-Eleven. Make a video at 7-Eleven. But see, like little things like this, like now, like because of.
Well, you already have the trips to 7-Eleven because I shot that video when we were separated.
Oh yeah, you did. That was a long time ago. Not separated like I was in America. Not separated like our relationship
there was such
was okay.
animosity during those times.
Day in the life stuff when I was hitchhiking. Did you do some stuff?
Yeah,
Is that
the
what
day
it
in the
was?
life.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I tried to trick everyone into thinking I was having like fun meals or something, and then at the end I was like, everything was from 7-Eleven.
What do you think of letting people know of the sheep secret in some smart way? I mean, you just got to find it. You know what I mean? Katie experience. What about a day in the life with new classics? I feel like our lives are kind of boring right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I
don't think that mine is boring. Mine feels really like intense a lot.
But you can't film at the school.
I definitely, I can't film at the school, but I could explain the school.
Yeah.
My school looks so nondescript. What sheep thing? Oh,
yeah, what sheep thing? I don't know. Okay, let's get back in this video.
I'm about to do some windy road business.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like bananas.
So what's going on?
We have no petrol.
Out of petrol.
Oh, is this the first time we ran out of gas?
Bone dry.
What did we do? I
Wow,
don't
it
remember this.
is.
The fuel gauge on this motorbike.
I think
it always shows empty.
red SUV picks us up.
And last time we stopped, I opened it up and looked, and there was fuel in there. So I said, all right, well, we're good. And then we went a long way, and then the bike ran out of fuel. And we are in the middle of nowhere.
The most mundane things are funny because Kate, yeah, I agree with you. This is my whole life. My entire life is random comments from Katie.
I'm starting to realize that I'm very random.
In a spectacular way.
I had a thought earlier today where I was like, man, maybe I'm weird. Because I made a new friend, and I feel like I'm slowly letting that new friend realize how weird I am. And I was like, no, I think from day one, I was weird with this girl.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty obvious. And then I was like, are there people who are just trying to be normal? That sucks. I'm weird. That was the thought.
Yeah, Angry Monkey Mountain would have been terrible.
Listen to your squeaking. You sound terrible, bro.
I would have cried.
So here I sit waiting for Katie to return with some gasoline. A couple of other white folks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On motorbikes.
I'm in the car.
No, 2 motorbikes.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this is a
2 people on
different. This is
motorbikes.
a different losing gas, and one of them was a female.
Yeah.
And they had 1 motorbike each. So she hopped on one of their bikes, and they're taking her. It's a pretty good distance into the island a little ways where they have.
You've probably never seen what you're seeing right now.
No,
you
I
weren't
think
here
I have seen
Oh,
this.
have you?
A gas station, and she's got a bottle of water, and I guess she'll pour the water out of it and put the gas into it and bring here and put in this. It's pretty cool though where I'm sitting. I was sitting over here a little bit in the grass, and these giant red ants were like climbing up my legs, like a lot of them, like 30 or 40 of them within a minute of sitting down. So I had to move the bike over to a little area that's asphalted. And the reason this is asphalted is because there's a golf course right here.
Do you have a mullet?
A bit. Looks good.
Good God.
Looks good.
Backs right up to the ocean.
You were dating a dude with a mullet.
Yeah. Helmet hair and a mullet. Because I think you're wearing a helmet here and I don't have one.
And it looks like a really, really amazing golf course. It's 18 holes.
Yeah, look at the view it has.
I looked it up in my book, which is a couple years old, but it says that a round of 18 holes is like $15, which is just unbelievably cheap compared to what you'd be used to in the States, especially for something with one of the best views I think I've ever seen. So
Does that include the cart?
that's because I'm bored, and I've I got a few more minutes at the minimum before Katie comes back. So yeah.
Looks like Disneyland.
Yeah.
You think you got a hard life? This guy just moves poop every day. The monkeys steal this bag of chips from these guys that are swimming. And, oh shit, I lost him. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh. Yep, they're gonna enjoy the...
Is it the cheap stars?
They might be chipsters.
In case they are in luck, it's a tasty treat. This is what happens to waterfalls during the dry season. But
That water was cold.
icy water.
I remember that.
Gelatos.
Yeah, those guys were cool. I remember
currently
talking to
on a
them a little
bridge.
bit.
And they had the monkey. Are they people that the monkey stole their grub?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
And they were just like, oh, whatever.
We stopped just to check some things out. This is what the foliage in Langkawi looks like.
Foliage.
Foliage.
There's tons of
Foliage.
Foliage.
trees,
Foliage.
mountains, and the bridge, and the steed.
With fuel.
Huh?
With fuel.
With fuel. We are at Durian. Oh god. Durian.
Might have been back when I cared about bridges.
Perenjin. It's a hard word to understand how to pronounce, and I'm pronouncing it mega wrong.
Malaysia.
In Malaysia.
M-A.
Yeah. What's wrong?
M-A-L-A-Y-A-I-A. Land.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, pause it. I would say that you have the most recent embarrassment. I want to give you like a small embarrassment crown.
Oh, maybe we should get the crown down for the embarrassment.
You need
we
a
can wear.
dunce cap or some shit.
Oh, man.
Or like,
Oh, Lordy.
ouch.
I don't know how to spell. Just today, I was like, how do I
Yeah,
spell
you were
this?
like MALAYSIA, and you had it right.
This water is very, very cold. Keep going. Come on, step it up a notch. She's nuts. I'm not getting in that water. It's freezing. I mean, I'm in it a little bit, but I'm not getting past
You can see that it is cold.
the danger zone here. We go right up to the danger zone.
Just the way I'm breathing.
It's the wind, too.
I've been doing it way too much. You know how to tell you I'm happy. My voice is broken.
I haven't been that sick in years.
Oh, that was really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have one more video. I have to go to the bathroom now. We should have gone to the bathroom at the same time.
We do have 2 toilets.
We do. Oh, boy. Wait, I'm in the wrong zone. I gotta go into this zone. And I think this one is mostly you just telling a story. So we're not gonna end on the banger.
Pre-apology.
I had to when I break these up, it's like I have to look at how like a bunch of episodes to see how many are going to make a good amount of time, and then look at the next group to make sure that I can group them together and then split them up. Right. I think this one I wouldn't have put this one in, but because the next one's it's a whole thing. Just like so we don't end up having like a Malaysia video, and then a Singapore video. I wanted to break it so it would be more like balanced, like time wise and as far as the location goes. So, yeah, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna have
What
to do
about
that.
snacks?
What about snacks?
I don't know.
Here, they gotta have. This is
Intimate time with Katie.
intimate times with Katie. The chat is here.
Oh, I know.
Sometimes-
I never look at the lens. I'm either looking at the screen, looking at you, or looking at the chat. Like, I'd say if you watched back this particular video, I've probably looked at the lens 6 times in the past. You locked this, so now I can't tell how long we've been doing it. Now I gotta wait for it. It rotates through, like, it shows you how many. Yeah, in an hour and 23 minutes, I have probably looked at the lens like 6 times. I don't know if anybody cares about that, but I always feel like I'm not doing it right. Thank you. Hour 24 minutes. That's crazy. I always thought he's saying all the way to the danger zone. All the way to the danger zone? So you had messed up lyrics. Katie paid his attention to the chat. Eric! He can hear me yelling at him through the... Yes, I am. I'm nursing the chat and doing a good job. But then I nurse the chat and then there's nothing else in... Yes, thank you. Then I realize I don't have anything to talk about outside of the chat. So feel free to ask any random questions. We'll see where it goes. I'm a much faster peer than Chip is. Oh, I called him Chip. Oh my god. I wonder if he heard that. That's not good. You should not call your husband your brother's name. What did I do today? I have been having really, really good days in Japanese class. Something happened maybe over like the last week, and I've started to hear things clearer. Not with clarity, just clearer. And just having that little like iceberg of language, you want to dig deeper into it and like have everything be audible and understand everything. So today's class, we learned like Tuesdays is grammar days, and we did a whole lot of grammar. And I have a friend that's in class, the person that is gradually learning that I'm weird, or that I've already introduced that I'm very weird or whatever. Her name's Monica, and we had a discussion where I didn't have to tell her to repeat herself like 4,000 times. It actually felt like it was bouncing back and forth, and it was so nice. It was so nice. So that was a highlight of the day, and has been like a highlight of like the last week, that getting better. And came home, we had lunch, we watched the news. Amy Walters was on the news, and Amy Walters likes to smile like this when the news happens, and we made fun of that. Monica sounds like an Italian name. Monica is not Italian. Have another guess at where you think she's from. Important poll going on. Ooh, is Eric going to be offended by this poll? Probably not. I think he might agree with you. My classes are from 9:30 to 12:20 every day, so almost 3 hours. Oh, my rating's going down. Oh, but back up. Never mind. Feeling great.
Wait,
so,
what's going on?
3 hours of classes, and then a lot of studying. Today I decided not to study, and we'll find out if that is going to hurt me. We're having a party on Sunday, and I really started to get excited about people coming over, and there's some crap around our house that needed to be cleaned up, that involved special equipment and time. And I thought, if I leave all this until Saturday, no, Monica's not from England, guess again. I don't think anybody else made. Shinichi Ichi. You are correct, Germany. Snacks. So I went and worked on that today, which got me very dirty, but I felt really physically productive. Yeah.
Are you gonna study after this?
Yeah, I realized there's actually some stuff that I forgot that I should study. And we'll see how that goes.
What, is Katie the best host? I know you didn't make that poll.
I don't know how to make a poll.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to make a poll.
Seems like the answers are in.
Man, that's pretty brutal.
Friday is Dokusen. It's reading of long passages. We also have another reading comprehension day on Monday, and that is shorter passages. And I kind of like that they're distinct from each other.
So are freckle not permanent? Apparently not.
No, freckles are
Freckles are come and go, man. You gotta enjoy them with the seasons.
Yeah, you know how your skin can tan, and then if your skin is out of the sun for a while, your tan fades to whatever your natural skin color was. Freckles do the same thing.
Okay. Shall we get back into it? We have one more video.
No, we're not taking Japanese together. I think class would drive Eric crazy.
So, are we looking at the right thing? Yeah, we're looking at the right thing. Okay, so then we took the boat back from this island, and a lot of people go down to another island somewhere around here or something. There's a more popular island. It has kind of a Western looking type of Penang, I think. It's got all these buildings that we didn't go there. We wanted to go up into the Highlands area. And on the way there, we stopped at this place called Taiping. Here we go. So somehow we made our way from this island here, and we made our way down to Taiping. I don't remember what this process was like at all, but the goal was to go into the Cameron Highlands, I think, eventually, which we'll be covering next week. And then also we ended up down in this Temenegara area. We needed to go there, and we wanted to go to those areas because we knew that they were going to be cooler. We had heard that like the temperatures there were cooler, and we'd been in Thailand, in Costa Rica, and we'd been in Virginia. I mean, we were in the Virginian summer, and then we were in Thailand, and now it's like December, and it's like hot. And it's like pushing into like Christmas time, and we were just like, we just want to have like a change of temperature. So that was the goal. That was what put us on this trajectory. All I remember about this Taiping place was the night zoo.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't remember the night zoo, but I remember talking about it.
We missed out on Penang, but we can always go back.
What did we miss out?
I've heard it's pretty cool, actually. I do remember it being like, should we go there? Should we not? Should we go there? Should we not? But anyway, we didn't. But that just leaves us, a place to go next time. Okay. So this last video is like under 10 minutes, I think. And then we'll go through the pictures.
And then there'll be time to study.
Or sleep.
Boompo.
Boompo.
Sakabun.
Sakabun. Nihongo.
Nihongo.
So today we left Langkawi.
I remember shooting this.
To
I would assume I'm not in the room.
Yeah.
the jetty where you get on the ferry, and we spent 52 ringgit to get from Langkawi to a coastal city called Puala Lankawi, and from there we got on a bus, and that bus took us like on a 15-minute ride back to Alor Star, exactly where we started our trip to Langkawi. And then randomly for free we got on another bus, and that bus took us somewhere, and he was collecting money from the locals, and I was sitting there with money out, and he just kept passing us. Like, he'd look at us and just be like, we don't charge those people. So it was really weird, but we just got off the bus. If they wanted money, they would have taken the money. That bus took us to a bus station, which was like another 15-minute away. And
all this is lost to time. I don't remember at all. I remember none of this.
Also, I want to respond to in lingua. Freckles are not stress related in my experience, and Boompo is great. That's my highlight.
And not Kenny. Hello, thanks for joining us.
And yes, Venus is an anatomical part of the bee.
Yeah, I think we might find it. Or are you still looking?
I mean,
for
that's why we're on this trip, right?
on Venus.
we got onto another bus, which was called
Is he hot?
Super VIP, and look at what it looks like. Look at this bus seat. Oh my god. And lazy boy feature. Lovely. We are currently going
I hear people cough and I immediately think they have COVID.
to Taiping, and I have no idea how long our bus ride is. We paid 18 ringgit each, so that's $12 for us to get from here to there.
Ooh, I remember where we are. Kind of.
Lazy boy. So we got to ride on that amazing bus, and it was really, really nice. We ended up on there for maybe 2 hours or something like that, and that dropped us off in Taiping, and that's where we are currently. We ended up getting off of that bus, and it drops you off.
Was that B-roll? Not really. This is interesting though, because you had pieces and you're now stitching it together because you knew things were missing in the storyline. And that's what this is an interesting development a little bit in the way that we made videos. Like, we tested this direction a little bit, and I do think we do this a few times.
Like 6 kilometers away from the actual town, so we were looking for the bus stop, like for a local bus, and we went up to one of the guys that was on the bus with us and started talking to him about it, and he called someone, and then he told us that we would just ride in his car with him to go to a hotel. And we were kind of taken aback that somebody would actually give us a ride somewhere. We've run into a lot of people who they just want to chat with us or just really nice. So his brother came to pick him up and they drove us from the bus.
Oh, I kind of remember this.
I don't.
The hotel that we're staying in now, which is actually pretty nice. Let me show you. We walked in and it's nice to see something that looks immaculate. Two
I remember this hotel.
beds, and nice window, tapestries, gigantic thing across the street.
Is that a dinosaur? What was that?
We do get internet.
Oh, I'm in the room.
Oh, remember when we had the internet from corners of the room?
It's a little expensive for a room without a shower. We're paying 50 ringgit for a night here.
Pretty expensive.
Eric says that's pretty expensive.
It's really
It's $16, so it's a little expensive compared to what we want to spend.
Trying to have it for free.
So it's pretty nice.
We dropped 6,000 yen on hotels now. I'm like, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Television. It has 5 channels, and none of them are in English. The reason that we came to this town was to go to the night safari, and I don't know if we're going to put any footage on there. I don't know if it came out very well, but we got to see a lot of really cool things there. Basically what they allow you to do is to go into the zoo at nighttime and walk around, or you can ride on a little train. We got some popcorn and we got some super friend drink, and we got to walk around the park. We got to see owls that had really cool hairdos.
The birth of the super friend.
Got to see big cats.
I don't know if I started drinking coffee until we were in Malaysia. I don't remember. I don't remember drinking. I don't remember
introduced
drinking.
me to super friending.
It might have been that. What was it? Not Rafi.
Shafi.
Shafi. I wonder if he showed us coffee, and that's when I started drinking it.
We're staring at a tiger and we walk 10 feet and you're standing right next to a panther, which is really, really cool. That's something we've got to put in here. We got to see bears taking a poo, and we got to see giraffes. We actually scared the giraffes. Sorry about that, giraffes. We got to see elephants. What else we get to see?
Bats.
We got to see bats, which was kind of creepy, but I am losing my voice talking, so we'll put in whatever videos we can put in that we have, and hopefully you enjoyed.
And keep in mind, like, Katie's talking to friends and family. Like, that is who is being addressed in this video. We're not talking to like an audience. We're just talking to people that we know.
Yep.
You can kind of see that tone there is kind of what it just struck me at.
As bad as looking at me. And now he is not. Look at that. Oh my.
That's awesome.
Focus. Focus?
Focus.
Focus. Focus.
There we go. Oh my god. No. Ever been this close to a panther? Here are some owls. Hello.
I hope I'm waving.
They didn't really care.
I'm gonna rip on you if I ever see that.
Ooh, my voice is so broken I can't even go who.
Oh, this is gonna be the best part.
Nighttime otters?
Eric is the otter king. They've been following him around for a few minutes, just squeaking at him. Oh, you're losing your fan base. I think I'm the otter king now.
You have to hold the camera.
Oh.
Oh, you can hear him squeaking. All right, so that's going to be the end of the videos, but we do have some photos. Let's go through the photos.
All depends.
Yeah, I think in that case they were pretty much in the cage. So I gotta do this, and then I drag it up here, and then I close it or something. And then I do that, and now we get full screen. Sweet. Oh no, it's gotten terrible on me.
Wow.
Apple, dude. The interface isn't exactly the greatest for some of these things. Okay, yeah, so that's just a picture of me when we first got to the mosque. So that's a thing that existed. That's a picture of me with the tower.
You need the arrow. Where is it?
Yeah, I don't know where's the observation.
If you don't add an arrow.
Where is the observation? How is anybody ever?
Where do you go? Down.
Is it down? And is that the same mosque?
Okay, go back. Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like look the fence and stuff around the edge. We were just standing closer to it, I think.
It's also daytime.
Yeah, maybe at nighttime it's a different mosque.
Minarets. I'm trying to. Let's look at the lamps. Go back. Oh man, I can't see the lamps in the dark.
But look at the fence I'm standing in front of.
Oh, okay.
And now look at the fence. It's like next to the mosque. It's got to be the same place.
Could be.
It's neat. I just like that this says sizes XS to XXXXXXL. That's a big fellow.
This was the time where I thought that we might become root beer connoisseurs.
Root beer.
No, that.
Look how it's written.
Root beer. Actually, I think that was in Japan, and I realized in Japan you can't really get good root beer.
Unless you're in Okinawa.
And unless you want to pay a pretty penny for a can. So I was like, nah.
It's kind of a cool picture.
The end of the world.
Yeah, the end of the world type of look thing, and then you can see off into the water.
I think we're past the rope.
Are we?
Yeah.
No.
Looks like we're past the rope.
No, we're not past the rope. The rope is further. Look, it's behind my head.
Oh, okay.
See?
And that one's directly above it.
Yeah. We good. I'm not you. I don't break rules. I don't girl pee in urinals.
Wow, look at the river.
The river. Yeah, look at that. That's neat.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Agreed. Good river. 8 out of 10.
What? Wow.
I mean, could have a rainbow or something. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really think about how good can it get.
It was the same score as that Beastie Boys video we watched earlier?
Yeah.
Really?
No rainbows.
Nobody's hugging the fish at the end.
I wonder if this is the first time we've taken this photo. We've taken this photo quite a bit.
But yes, that might have been our first one of those.
Are we moving? Did we do this? No.
I don't think we're moving.
But I guess I'm holding the bike maybe with my other leg. Because our legs are up.
I mean, we could be, and it just happened to catch it, but...
Just a nice sunset shot. I think some people with like yachts and stuff go to this island just based on like, I remember...
The picture with the yachts?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But I remember this, like where our hotel was, had like a lot of like expensive-ish type boats. I think we had trouble finding a cheap place to stay here too. But I remember like the little town area being kind of actually like classy. But that's just my memory.
What do you think sounds like a story? I
don't remember now.
I don't either.
Got a monkey sign, as one does.
Yeah, that was our first monkey sign. Oh, I love that picture.
It's cool. I just like your smile here. Genuine, you're laughing.
Breaking the rules in urinal. Oh, you weren't here for the early story about the urinal.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to watch the VOD. And this is me not wanting to get my junk wet, I think. God, look how skinny I am, though, dude. Is that okay? People always tell me I'm skinny. I'm like, stop telling me how I look. But now I'm talking about my own self.
Well, you were sick.
Yeah.
So.
That seems excessive, though, right? This is me holding my junk on the internet.
And presenting it to everyone and pointing it out.
Yeah, look at this.
Motherfucker says, looks fine.
I look fine there. Look, I look great. Yeah, you might be right when you said that you didn't have a helmet. Wait,
yeah.
We had a picture of both of us on the motorcycle. You were wearing a helmet. We had two. So maybe the one's hanging on the other side of the bike.
When the people picked me up on their motorbike, I didn't have a helmet.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Looking like Cliffs of Insanity wall.
Hey.
Razzle and Hazzle. Hey, thanks for joining us. Do you know what the little party hat means? That's the first comment they've ever left here.
Do they like to party?
Yeah. Can you see your face in this picture?
Oh, I couldn't know.
Yeah, I just like that picture of you too. Sometimes I just pick these because I like how you look in the photos. And this is probably the airport, I believe. Like, I think we're like where we sat on the dead bird.
Where we sat on the dead bird.
I think this is the little road by the airport.
Wow. That looks very Virginia.
The type of sunset.
Kind of, and the electrical towers
and stuff. There's the bat. He's back.
The motherfucker had your number.
He's looking right at me, man.
He's probably still waiting to kill you. He's got a boner. He told me today, gators are always erect.
It's true.
Could be a crocodile, but
we're gonna have to flip him over and check for the boner.
Who knows the difference? Oh, apparently the boner is all the difference.
Just thought this was, I don't know. You don't see. Don't feed the.
In China, that's a chip. Do not feed.
You said we scared the giraffes. I wonder if this is the moment. I wonder if I used a flash by accident or something like that. Because they're looking right at us. So I guess you took like 30 of these pictures. Yeah.
I think I liked the background. That yellow was really cool.
It's cool. And the final photo is it says NWA on it. I took this and sent it to Thomas.
Gotta turn that knob on.
I'm waiting for computers to
Do not feed yourself to the panther. We've all got to make sacrifices.
All right, I got the button pushed now. So that's the end
all the
of
pictures.
Yeah, that's all the pictures.
Was that all the pictures for just the first video?
No.
Oh, okay.
For all three.
When you touch that, I hear it here.
What?
When you touch that, I hear it here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, tap 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 tap.
Oh, that's weird. She has a headphone in her ear still. Magic. So that's the end of the this portion of the Malaysia stuff. This is our first visit to Malaysia. Of course, we have been back since, and this chunk that we just watched is half of Malaysia. That trip.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll have one more next week. We'll watch the other half of the Malaysia videos.
And then we go to Singapore.
And then we go to Singapore. Yeah.
Wow.
So like the Thailand stuff set a pace that is not how all the videos are going to roll out.
Yeah. You didn't waste much time proposing to me now that I think about it. Really
what are you talking about?
It in there.
Yeah.
It seemed like we'd been traveling for much longer, but
it was about half a year.
You're pretty quick.
Some people get married like a weekend after they you know what I mean? They meet each other weekend, married, and then they're married 96 years and they've got 43 kids or whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like everybody's great grandma. She got
that's what their lives were like back in the day.
Sold for a cow or something like that. I don't know, man. The world was a wild place. Dowries. Elon got married after a week. How'd that work out for him? yeah, so anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. And we'll be picking up next week. So this is where I can cut it. And then anybody that doesn't stick around for the live stream, they're going to miss anything that happens after this moment.